Well, yeah, so, okay, yeah, before we talk about the build quality, why am I doing this?
Have you not heard of the Megadap adapter? Hasn't anybody mentioned that to you?
No one,
You
no,
could
yeah.
put a Megadap adapter on that and put it on your camera. And you said, hey, it's
What? Let's just scrap the video started. Right, yeah, so a few people have said that. I've looked at the reviews, it's inconsistent, with fast action, you miss frames. It's like using a bad version of first mirrorless camera. You're going to miss frames in action. There's no camera corrections, because a lot of lens manufacturers rely on the camera to do the corrections. I've got a Sony A1, which is fantastic.
It works with the Sony lens
properly to get the most out of it.
Yes.
The reason why I wanted to do it, because I got fed up of carrying two cameras, two lenses, swapping lenses, and you've seen me on a wedding day. It's fast paced. I don't have time to think about it.
Yeah.
By the end of the day, I was exhausted physically and mentally. But give the couples and my clients the same effective experience of the depth of field, that light and airy look. Oh, I've got an example I've just finished as well. The light and airy look, compression, subject separation, nice colours. That's my style on it, vintage, modern look. But yeah, so I wanted more compression, and the 24-70 2.8 doesn't always do that for me, especially at the wider focal lengths. It was released in December 2024.
Oh, okay, very
so
recent.
It's not even a year old.
No.
And it's only 100 gram heavier than the Nikon Mark 1 version.
They feel about the same to me, to be honest.
Exactly. I think the balance different as well, which is...
Yeah, well, this is bigger in dimensions, isn't it? So it affects the balance a bit, I suppose.
But there's fast and smooth for the zoom, so you can have it
smooth and tight.
Just smooth and tight. Sorry, Sony.
What it says.
Smooth and tight. I've never used it because I just leave it on smooth. Yeah, you have a clickable aperture and
on or off.
Yeah, click on and off.
But I bet you don't use it.
Not for weddings, so I don't have time.
No.
But if you notice, though, I think it's got the aperture markers on it. Yeah. So the difference is with the Nikon have it on their Mark II, but they don't have aperture marks on them, so it just clicks. Now, are you ready for this?
Crikey. Okay.
Are you ready? Sony versus Nikon.
Yeah, go on then.
Just to compare to what a 24 looks like compared to a 28. Never underestimate how big that gap is.
It is, isn't it?
Humongous.
Yeah.
But it's not as big as it should be.
What does that even mean?
I'll show you. That's 28mm.
Right. Oh.
That's 28mm.
And that's still different.
A lot wider. The Nikon lens is a lot wider. The Sony camera has it built in to allow for focus breathing, and so I think it's took it in a bit.
Right. You realise what's going to happen now? 17 people in the comments are going to correct you because it's nothing to do with focus breathing, probably.
And without cropping in, I can tell the depth of field.
Well, you can't see that.
So it's a whole stop, but this is the widest it goes. So if you can tell if it's at the widest end, the effects are there straight away. But let's close it down. As to the owl difference.
Yeah, it is a little sharper, isn't it?
Yeah. And this is what I found throughout the range. So it's always one step ahead. And you can tell the depth of field again. You can see our T-shirt in the background.
Yeah.
This is what I bought it for. The focus point was on the P.
Yeah, okay, yeah. It is a bit sharper, isn't it?
Yeah. And 2.8, if I close this one down to 2.8, start to see real differences now.
Still recognised as being a very sharp lens, though, isn't it?
Well, yeah, but that's why I think that the Nikon have released the new version, because it's slightly sharper. Yeah, 70, you could start to see the bokeh is completely separating itself now, but...
Definitely a warmer photo, isn't it?
Yeah, which is strange. I should stipulate that I put them on the same settings, but... Yeah, it's always one step ahead, and that's maybe to expect it. I wasn't expecting that because the Nikon lens has always been the staple for my...
Yeah, you didn't buy it for that, did you? You bought it for the F2.
Yeah.
And to be honest, the Nikon lens is plenty sharp enough.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Now, focus speed has always been camera dependent, I believe. The lenses do have some, like the new Nikon version of this 24-70 is supposed to be sharper focusing.
Quick focus.
Yeah. Right, this is the Nikon focusing speed, AFF, so it'll just go where the point is.
It's not as fast as I thought it would be.
This is in lower light, but it's medium light, I would say. It's not low light, but not bright light. the Sony seems to progress as it's moving, like it anticipates. But this is camera, not lens, I would say.
Yeah.
But it's noticeably faster at acquisition, and that's what I found with doing the stills as well.
Yeah. Have you ever had a problem though with the Nikon focusing speed?
Not with this lens, no. Not with the Z8, no. Right, yeah, comparing it to prime lenses, because that's what it's supposed to replace. But anyway, this is the difference between a 28 and a 35, 1.4 versus an f2. But how much do you need?
Well, that's the question, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is that giving you enough?
51.2.
Oof.
My big barrel of a 1.2 kilogram lens.
You keep thinking about, well, you have thought about selling.
But since I've had the Sony lens, I haven't used it.
Right, okay.
And I've done 6 weddings with it.
Okay.
But yes, there's compression, bokeh difference. Obviously, the 1.2 smashes it. The bokeh balls are really nice.
Yeah.
Massive difference. But how often can you use 1.2? How often do you need it? Will the wedding couples in that appreciate if I blasted the background?
No, I mean, some wedding couples say, oh, I wanted the background to be in focus.
They're paid for a nice venue.
Because it's beautiful. And you're like, oh, yeah, but I paid a fortune for this lens, which blurs it out. It's giving you the compression and the bokeh that you want.
Yeah,
and you
exactly.
obviously think it is. So.
I think it is. But if you go to 70 with this, because you can, if you've got the distance and the time to do it,
yeah,
that's the difference between.
More similar, isn't it?
Very similar.
Still different.
Actually, let's go on to that one. This is the 50 0.95
From
Brighton Star.
Okay.
And that's at 0.95. 85 1.8
Okay.
versus 70 f2.
This is your Yongnu.
Yeah, which is a great lens.
Great lens.
And much more consistent with the Sony lens. But yeah, you can see the bokeh balls, 85mm because of the focal length. But an 85 is difficult because you have to be quite a bit further away.
Yeah.
Communicate with a couple, the time, the space, it's not always, you haven't always got it.
Yeah. Did you know you can blur the background in Lightroom?
But it's a lot of extra work. It's not the same.
It's not the same, is it?
Because it does it blank. Like depth of field and compression is graduated, isn't it? Depending on how far the distance is from your subject. And it also takes ages to do. My computer is only a few years old, and with all these Lightroom innovations, it's slowing down to almost.
You had a PC, mate.
Obviously, it's a stop of light extra. You can halve your ISO. With modern software and cameras, that isn't that important. Well,
not relevant.
I thought that at first, but so the faster the aperture, the more colour that comes into the lens with the light. And you can tell the difference between the carpet. I know it's not a big deal, it's a carpet, but you can tell that one out is slightly darker, but you can tell the colour difference between them is quite a lot. Right. What did you think? I know that was a lot to take in quickly, but what did you think overall? Because for me, I'm happy with it. I've done 6 weddings with it now, and I've used one camera, one lens. I've only used the Nikon for the 70-200 or something if I need super wide or something like that. But most of the time, I've got the results, what I wanted with it. For me, I'm happy with it at the moment. Will I miss the prime look? Sometimes, yes. So it gets my stamp of approval, but everyone knows that. This is you though. What do you think? Does it get your stamp of approval? And do you think that someone like me has made the right decision in one camera, one lens, trying to reproduce primes, or instead of using the 28-70?
So you've asked me what I think twice. You haven't stopped talking yet.
I haven't stopped talking.
So what I think is, I can understand why you did it.
Yeah.
You want to reduce sort of the gear you're having to carry in and use at a wedding, because I understand all of that. Because if you can get away with one camera for 90% of the time, I guess, rather than always having 2, that makes loads of sense. As long as... What the...
Sorry, the weather is affecting us. It's not crazy. It's funny you said 90% because I do use it 90% of the time for photo.
I was going to say, as long as
it
doesn't impact the final output, as far as you're concerned and you're happy with it, and also more importantly, really, your punters, your clients, I guess they're never going to notice any difference.
No.
So I think from that point of view, it has to, your whole integration of Sony has to meet my stamp of approval, because it made your job easier.
Yeah.
And it hasn't impacted on the results.
No.
So the questions that lead on from that, I suppose, is then you're going to sell your 50 1.2, for instance?
Well, I've already sold my 28 1.4,
Okay.
which was my staple lens.
Did you use it a lot? Yeah.
And so I got the money because I wanted to pay for it. I don't. A Sony, obviously A1, and
This hasn't been an insignificant cost, has it?
no.
Going by that, an A1 Mark 1 and a...
So I got the lens for £2,000. It's £2,600, brand new. 2,700, sorry. And obviously, the difficulty now, this is the Mark 1 24-70, which you can get for, it's 2,100 new. Let's go for new prices.
Yeah. But that's my question about 51.2.
Quite, as we've just shown, it's quite a lot different. If I'm just doing a one-on-one portrait, casual time, I'd probably use the 51.2 to get that bokeh look.
Yeah.
But effectiveness during the job, I found myself faster. I've used my 50. Oh no, the Jackson's changed. I've changed that. In a way, I'm getting more moments because I've got it in my hand. I'm ready.
Yeah.
You have the 1.8 primes. Now, there's, I would say, very little difference between f2 and 1.8. Would you consider, if Nikon made one of these, would you consider getting one of them instead of prime lenses, the 1.8 primes?
Starting again, and Nikon had an f2 lens, that sort of focal range available, then I think, you definitely do that.
Yeah.
Because it's replaced in 30-50, almost your 85 1.8.
Yeah.
So you just would, wouldn't you?
Yeah. But most people like us already have prime lenses.
Yeah.
All the 24-70. So would you do what I did and sell things to get a 24-70, either Nikon or Sony?
Whether I would push it as far as, well, I'm going to integrate Sony and go and get a camera, and that would be a
big step.
I would just go what you should have done in the first place and get a mega adapter.
Who would, if Nikon released a 28-70 f2, who would be interested? Only 35% of people polled would be interested. And I asked, well, who would be interested in the new 24-70 Mark II? Only 25% are interested.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Because we've already highlighted and worked out that that's really the main feature of that is if you're using it for video.
This is a big topic, and a lot of people say, when I first talked about this lens, people say it's not an issue, not a thing they need to worry about. It's not, the 24-70 does it for them. The compression is enough.
Fine. If you've got the gear that you've got does the job, you don't need to change anything.
No.
Just because something else becomes available. Yeah. If you had a particular reason, because I've always called you Mr. Pride because you have been, now you've suddenly seen the light and you thought, zoom lens is more flexible. Yeah. So I go and find the zoom lens that gives me pretty much what I was getting off my primes. That's what you've done. So.
But yeah, a lot to take in. What do you guys think? And, well, okay, is that it?
Yeah.
See you next time from this, maybe in the studio,
maybe
depending on the weather.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
See you next time.